NBA executives are feeling panicked over what's unfolding in Oklahoma City. The defending champs are showing no signs of slowing down after last year, here through 20 games this season, and we have reports that suggest front office executives around the league are feeling panicked over the current situation with the Thunder and the NBA draft coming up next year. We're going to dive into those reports today and go over how the situation is undeniably favorable for the defending champs and how the league just continues to realize the gravity of the situation at hand with the Thunder and the future that this team has to go along with how dominant they are here in the present. Welcome into Thunder Digest. I'm Ryan Breeden. I appreciate you guys for tuning into today's video. Hope you've had a great day. Hope you had a great start to your week. If you're new around here, if you want to be around more often, subscribe down below. Help us hit our 8K subscriber goal by the All-Star break. I appreciate your guys' support here on the channel. Let's dive into this report from Tim McMahon, an NBA insider on ESPN. He has his connections around the league, and he said yesterday on a podcast, quote unquote, NBA executives are panicking over the Thunder situation and their ownership of the Clippers' first-round pick. Comes straight from the mouth of Tim McMahon. This has kind of blown up on social media here over the last 24 hours, and it truly is a devastating situation for the NBA and for the Clippers and for fans of other teams trying to compete right now. The Thunder hold all the chips, have all the money, have all the assets at hand, obviously competing for a championship, and as of right now, they've got a team that is basically tanking for them, doing the work of helping them find a better draft pick. The Clippers have been a troubled franchise, to say the very least, here over the last couple of weeks especially, and things continue to get worse for them, which means they keep getting better for us. So diving into a little bit of what's going on with LA, these are some reports coming out of Clippers fandom here over the last couple of days. This is from an article that was written today by a Clippers site on Sports Illustrated. It may seem a little early to discuss do or die scenarios, but if the season continues on the current path, it could very well be time to look at rebuilding scenarios, and after that stretch ends there in mid-December, the Clippers are in big-time trouble. That's really the short way of putting this. Executives are finally realizing that that bad start that the Clippers had is no longer a bad start. It is just a bad roster that is aging, that cannot stay healthy, and really doesn't have the team chemistry of a team that made it to Game 7 of the first round against the Denver Nuggets, nearly beat the Nuggets in a playoff series a season ago. This team is a far cry from that, a far cry from a team that is a playoff team this year. Things continue to get worse for the Clippers. And it doesn't take much effort to put in just how frustrated people are around the league. You put in a simple search on Google, Thunder Clippers. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get an article from Bleacher Report talking about the panic situation. You're going to get Yahoo Sports. You're going to get something from Fansided, from Front Office Sports. The Thunder are the fourth team in NBA history to be 20-1 or better through 21 games in the season. The first team to do it since the Warriors. Obviously, the Thunder trying to set that mark of 73-9 that the Warriors had in their 2016 season. The Thunder nearly winning a playoff series against them that year, ironically enough. But the Thunder are out to an incredible start, a start that we've only seen once in the 21st century. You'd have to go all the way back to the Jordan Bulls, the last time we saw something since the Warriors. The Thunder are in absolute, just uncharted territory. They are on their own echelon of NBA stardom, of NBA royalty right now, and they've got the Clippers who are just in the depths of hell right now. The Clippers last night played against the Miami Heat, and the Heat rained down terror against the Clippers, leading by as much as 39 points in the game. The Clippers lost, and they have now lost 14 of their last 16 games. It is just awful for the Clippers. That's a lot of red, which is a lot of good for the Thunder right now. The only wins that the Clippers have had really since their win on October 31st was an overtime win against a bad Mavericks team and a 15-point win against a bad Hornets team. But we've seen the Clippers get belted by teams that are not very good around the NBA. They've gotten belted by the Hawks. They've gotten belted by the Celtics, who have really been struggling this year. They've gotten blown out by the Magic. They got handled pretty heavily the last couple of nights. They've now lost 6 straight games. And so the NBA, I think, is realizing now what truly is at hand, and it is that the Thunder have this situation going on right now. The Thunder would own the 5th pick in the NBA draft right now. The Utah Jazz, we'll talk about them here in a minute as well. And that Philadelphia 76ers pick Philly started at least decently well this season. They've really slowed down. They're 10-9. That pick would also be a lottery pick. There's a world that exists not too far away from here where the Thunder are competing to win a second straight championship and also have 3 lottery picks in this coming 2026 NBA draft. Clippers fans are really cracking me up. I accidentally kind of spoiled a joke I wanted to play here. The Clippers fans around the NBA are finally realizing, you know what? We are in big trouble. Let's just try to, if you can't beat them, join them type situation. I've been seeing this photo go around Twitter. I literally have no words for this. Thanks, I guess. I don't know. It all stems back to that trade just over 6 years ago, the worst trade in NBA history, when the Thunder gave Paul George for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and that King's ransom of picks that obviously was the foundation for this very dynasty that you're seeing being built right now. The Los Angeles Thunder. Oh my gosh, just outrageous. Oklahoma City Clippers, I don't know what they're wanting to call this logo. This is a crime against humanity, but it is pretty funny to see the Clippers fans embracing exactly what it is that they're doing, and that is fueling a potential dynasty at hand. And I want to bring this tweet up to light as well from Justin Termine. I don't know if you're going to remember who this is. If you don't, I'll refresh your minds in a second. He said earlier today the Clippers spent their first 55 years ruining the lives of their own fans, and now they've graduated to ruining the lives of 28 other fan bases as well. Congratulations. This is a pretty far cry from being a black eye on the NBA. At least I think so, Justin. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what you think. Justin Termine, he's the one that tweeted out just over 3 years ago that the Thunder were a black eye on the NBA for losing a bunch of basketball games after having to start a rebuild. This is a Thunder team that had made the playoffs in the 2010s more than anybody else in the NBA except for the Spurs and the Warriors. The Thunder had the most wins in the NBA during that span of time as well. You have 2 bad seasons, get called a black eye on the NBA, win a championship 3 years later, and now have this same person who deleted the original tweet, by the way. I couldn't even get the original one here because he deleted it. He's now saying, congrats, Clippers. You've ruined the league for helping the Thunder be so good. Justin, you know what? Why don't you just shut the hell up, man? You can sit this one out. You clearly don't know ball. You have no idea what you're talking about in any regard. You can just sit this one out, pal. Yeah, you were wrong in every single category. It's not even funny at this point in time. So the Thunder are controlling the NBA right now from the inside out, and it starts with the Los Angeles Clippers, who are potentially going to send some trade offers here in the near future. An offer kind of sent like this, an article that came out today on the NBA.com. James Harden trade ideas and landing spots if the Los Angeles Clippers call mercy, if they just decide to tap out and say, all right, fine, you know what? The average age of our roster is 33 years old. It's time that we start fresh, even though it won't be with a first-round pick this year, and it very well may not be with a first-round pick next year because the Thunder will own the pick swap rights for the Clippers next year as well, so that's going to be another thing to watch in 2027. But for the meantime, we'll just kind of stay put here on 2026. James Harden has been the only saving grace for the Clippers this year. Kawhi Leonard has played in just half of their games. James Harden, going back to kind of his prime that he had when he was an MVP candidate year in and year out, averaging almost 28 points a game, he has been the only reason the Clippers even have had a chance to win some of these games right here that you see. The 6 games. No, it is only 5. The 5 games they've won this season, the only reason they've won any of those games has been because of James Harden. And if they were to trade him away, that would essentially be just waving the white flag and conceding this pick to the Thunder that would probably populate as a top 4 pick. And to go beyond that as well, the Utah Jazz are actually playing much better than a top 8 NBA draft team. Their pick is top 8 protected, so if it were to be pick 8 or better, they would keep that pick. If it's pick 9 or worse, the Thunder would get that pick. Lauri Markkanen has been great this year. Keontae George has looked really, really good. This has been a team that's better than a top 8 team. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they just decide to basically surrender themselves before the trade deadline, maybe trade away, get rid of some of their pieces and just rebuild around George and Ace Bailey. If they were to trade away Lauri Markkanen and just say, all right, you know what, we're going to tank now for the last half of the season, it wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't be a shock if they decided to do that. But the NBA front offices around the league panicking over the current situation at hand. Finally, now December 2nd, realizing the gravity of the situation at hand, which is that the Thunder have this league in a stranglehold without a doubt. Things keep getting better and better. The Thunder are going to play later tonight against the Warriors. Late night game. Comment down below if you guys are going to be tuning into that one. Let me know what you guys think about the current situation as well. Again, if the season were to end today, the Thunder would own pick 5, pick 9, and pick 14, or at least they'd have the odds to get those picks in the draft. The Thunder are coming for a top 4 pick while also trying to win a championship here as well. Leave a like on the video if you have not already. Again, help us hit our subscriber goal of 8K subscribers by the All-Star break. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Thunder Digest.